The Lorax by Dr. Seuss. At the far end of town where the grickle grass grows and the wind smells slow and sour when it blows, and no birds ever sing excepting old crows, is the street of the lifted Lorax. And deep in the grickle grass, some people say, if you look deep enough, you will still see today, where the Lorax once stood just as long as it could before somebody lifted the Lorax away. What was the Lorax, and why was it there, and why was it lifted and taken somewhere? From the far end of town where the grickle grass grows, the old onceler still lives here. Ask him, he knows. You won't see the onceler. Don't knock at his door. He stays in his lurkin on top of his store. He lurks in his lurkin, cold under the roof, where he makes his own clothes out of muffered moof. And one special dank midnight in August he peeks out of the shutters, and sometimes he speaks and tells how the Lorax was lifted away. He'll help you, perhaps, if you're willing to pay. On the end of a rope, he lets down a tin pail, and you have to toss in 15 cents and a nail and the shells of a great-great-grandfather's snail. Then he pulls up the pail, takes a most careful count to see if you've paid him the proper amount. Then he hides what you've paid him away in his snoove, his secret stranglehold, his grooved glove. Then he grunts, will call you by whisper my phone, for the secret I tell are your ears alone. Slurp down, slurp the whisper phone to your ear once the old onceler's whispers are not very clear, since they have to come down through a snargly hose, and he sounds as if he had smallish bees up his nose. Now I'll tell you, he says, with his teeth sounding gray, how the Lorax got lifted and taken away. It all started way back, such a long time back. Way back in the days when the grass was still green, and the ponds were still wet, and the clouds were still clean, and the song of the swoomy swings rang out in the space. One morning I came to this glorious place, and I first saw the trees, the truffula trees, the bright-colored tufts of the truffula trees, mile after mile in the fresh morning breeze. And under the trees I saw brown babaloots frisking about in their babaloot suits as they played in the shade and ate truffula fruits. From the rippleless pond came the comfortable sound of the humming fish humming while splashing around. But those trees, those truffula trees. All my life I'd been searching for trees such as these. The touch of their tufts was much softer than silk, and they had the sweet smell of fresh butterfly milk. I felt a great leaping of joy in my heart. I knew just what I'd do. I unloaded my cart. In no time at all, I built a small shop. Then I chopped down a truffula tree with one chop. And with great skillful skill and great speedy speed, I took the soft tuft and I knitted a thread. The instant I finished, I heard a gzump. I looked. I saw something pop out of the stump of the tree I chopped down. It was sort of a man. Describe him? That's hard. I don't know if I can. He was shortish and oldish and brownish and mossy. He spoke with a voice that was sharpish and bossy. Mister, he said with a sawdust sneeze, I'm the Lorax. I speak for the trees. I speak for the trees have no tongues, and I'm asking you, sir, at the top of my lungs. He was very upset as he shouted and puffed. What's the thing you made out of my truffula tuft? Lorax, I said. There's no cause for alarm. I chopped just one tree. I'm doing no harm. I'm being quite useful. This thing is a thread. A thread's a fine smoothing that all people need. It's a shirt. It's a sock. It's a glove. It's a hat. But it has other uses. Yes, far beyond that. You can use it for carpets, for pillows, for sheets, or curtains, or covers, or bicycle seats. The Lorax said, Sir, you are crazy with greed. There is no one on earth you would buy that fool thing. But the very next minute, I proved he was wrong. For just as that minute, a chap came along, and he thought that the thread I had knitted was great. He happily bought it for $3.98. I laughed at the Lorax. You poor stupid guy. You never can tell what some people will buy. I repeat, cried the Lorax, I speak for the trees. I'm busy, I told him. Shut up, if you please. I rushed across the room, and in no time at all, built a radio phone. I put in a quick call. I called all my brothers and uncles and aunts, and I said, listen here, here's a wonderful chance for the whole Onceler family to get mighty rich. Get over here fast. Take the road to North Nitch. Turn left at Weak Hawken, sharp right at South Stitch. And in no time at all, in the factory I built, the whole Onceler family was working full tilt. We were all knitting needs, just as busy as bees, to the sound of the chopping of truffle trees. Then, oh baby, oh, how my business did grow. Now chopping one tree at a time was too slow, so I quickly invented my super axe hacker, which whackled off 4 truffle trees at one smacker. We were making needs 4 times as fast as before, and that Lorax, he didn't show up anymore. But the next week he knocked on my new office door. He snapped, I'm the Lorax who speaks for the trees, but you seem to be chopping as fast as you please. But I'm also in charge of the brown babaloots who played in the shade in their babaloot suits and happily lived eating truffle fruits. Now, thanks to your hacking my tree to the ground, there's not enough truffle fruit to go around, and my poor babaloots are all eating the crummies because they have gas and no food in their tummies. They loved living here, but I can't let them stay. They'll have to go find food, and I hope that they may. Good luck, boys, he cried, and he sent them away. I, the Onceler, felt sad as I watched them all go. But business is business, and business must grow, regardless of crummies and tummies, you know. I meant to harm, I mostly truly did, but I had to grow bigger, so bigger I got. I bigger my factory, I bigger my roads, I bigger my wagons, I bigger the loads of the needs I shipped out. I was shipping them forth to the south, to the east, to the west, to the north. I went right up the biggering, selling most needs, and I biggered my money, which everyone needs. Then again, he came back. I was fixing some pipes, and the old Nicious Lorax came back with more gripples. I am the Lorax, he coughed and he whiffed it, and he sneezed and he snuffled, he snargled, he sniffed. Onceler, he cried with a confused croak. Onceler, you're making such smuggless smoke. My poor swoomy swans, why, they can't sing a note. No one can sing who has smoke in his throat. And so, said the Lorax, please pardon my cough. They cannot live here, so I'm sending them off. Where will they go? I don't hopefully know. They may have to fight for a month or a year to escape from the smog you've smogged up around here. What's more, snapped the Lorax, his dander was up, let me say a few words about Grippity Glub. Your machinery shugs one day and night without stop. Your gloopity glop also slickly slop. And what do you do with this leftover goo? I'll show you, you dirty old Onceler man. You're glumping the pond where the hummy-hum fished. No more can they hung, for the gills are all glummed. So I'm sending them off. Off their future is dear. They'll walk on their fins and get woefully weary. I'm in search of some water that's too so smeary. And then I got mad. I got terribly mad. I yelled at the Lorax. Now listen here, Dad. All you do is yap, yap, yap and say bad, 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 bad. Well, I have my rights, sir, and I'm telling you, I intend to go on doing just what I do. And for your information, you Lorax, I'm biggering and biggering and biggering and biggering, and turning more truffle trees into thieves, which everyone needs. In that very moment, we heard a loud whack. From outside the field came a snickering snap of an axe on a tree. Then we heard the tree fall, the very last truffle tree of them all. Dun dun dun. No more trees, no more thieves, no more work to be done. So in no time, my uncles and aunts, everyone, all waved me goodbye. They jumped into my cars and drove way under the smoke-smug stars. Now all that was left, neath in the bad-smelling sky, was my big empty factory, the Lorax, and I. The Lorax said nothing. Just gave me a glance. Just gave me a very sad, backwards glance as he lifted himself by the seat of his pants, and I'll never forget the grim look on his face when he hesitated himself and took leave of his place through a hole in the smog without leaving a trace. And all that the Lorax left here in this meth was a small pile of rocks with the word unless. Whatever that means. Well, I just couldn't guess. That was long, long ago. But each day ever since that day, I've sat here and worried away through the years while my building have fallen apart. I worried about it with all of my heart. But now, says the oncer, now that you're here, the word of the Lorax seems perfectly clear. Unless someone like you cares a whole awful lot. Nothing's going to get better. It's not. So, catch, calls the oncer. He let something fall. It's a truffle seed. It's the last one of all. You're in charge of the last of the truffle seeds, and truffle trees are what everyone needs. Plant a new truffle tree. Treat it with care. Give it clean water and feed it fresh air. Grow a forest, protect it from axes that hack when the Lorax and all his friends may come back.